Hey, good morning, Liv Sotheby's, DTC. So sorry I couldn't be with you for a second week in the row. I've had an amazing journey, and I'm really excited to come back and implement in the office. So I've been at Ninja Selling for 4 days last week as part of our group of us that are getting certified to be able to teach. And I'm now at Sotheby's International Realty's orientation at headquarters in New Jersey. So it's been a packed 2 weeks, and I miss you. I did want to send you a message that I'm thinking of you, and I did receive an email last week from one of our brokers, and I wanted to speak to that quickly. One of it said, "We know you," or the email basically said, "We know, Ryan, that you have an early morning routine. We want to know what it is." Well, let me tell you, I've had an incredible life. I've had high highs and low lows that are personal and my own story. And I will tell you that for me, rock bottom was almost a decade ago, and hitting a very tough real estate market in Phoenix. Even though I felt like I had a sustainable business, it was just hard to compete with complete meltdown in that state. um, Very low. And I went out and looked at what all these top producers were doing and across all industries and read a ton of books and reprogrammed my mind so I wouldn't give in to that negativity that was all around me. And I discovered that there was a commonality, a morning routine that each of them had. And I adopted that, and I would love to share that with you today based on this email from this broker. And I don't want a terribly long video, so I'm going to be super quick here. But number one, it's kind of a 5 step process for me. And number one is wake up and move. I get right out of bed and I get right into my routine, my exercise routine. I've been an endurance athlete for years, so I love to push my body in the weight room. I love to feel pain on the bike, on a trail run, whatever it is. But you know what? Move can be get up and walk around the block. It could be stretching in place. Just get up and move. Number two is after moving, I've got to fuel my body. A shaker with protein is a great way to do that, and then eat maybe an hour later. But I always down some protein after my workout. The third thing is pray and meditate, and I do both. So I have my morning prayers where I pray for my children and that they can be wildly successful in their lives, pardon me. And then the second thing that I do is I clear my head and I meditate. I just don't, I try to really be present. I have a room in my house that has mirrors on a wall, and I have my yoga mat laid out. And I sit, as my kids call it, crisscross applesauce. And I just close my eyes, and I've practiced meditation for a while. I have periods where I'm good at it. I have other periods where my mind just quickly gets interrupted. um, but I try to just let myself be still. Then I find after that, if I just hold, I can let flow come through me, and that's where I get creative. That's where I think through the office and strategies, and I just have to have that time that I clear my head. And frankly, I get up early because no one else needs me. No texts, no calls. My kids aren't saying I need breakfast or a lunch made. So I find that getting up early means I'm beating everybody else, and I get up pretty early. So I naturally wake up at about 3:30. I'm out of my bed at 4. So pray and meditate. Then I move into affirmations. Affirmations being present tense, that I've received something. I never use the word want because want programs our brain to lack and not receive. So I try to strike that from my language and from my thoughts. It just trains your brain to want, not receive. So very present tense. I am this. I enjoy the benefits of this. If I wanted to take a cruise around the world, I would say I enjoy cruising around the world and paying cash for that, and that I paid cash. Even though I haven't done that yet. So very present tense. And then I go into gratitudes. I actually have a journal right where my yoga mat's laid out, and I put my 5 daily things that I'm grateful for. Typically, there's a couple of people in that list of 5. And so when I get to the office, I actually write those 2 people and thank them. I give them thanks for their presence in my life. Um, I'll tell you, this has actually changed me. There's other models out there that you could follow. There's a great book called Miracle Morning. I borrowed some from that. I would encourage you. Hal Elrod is the author. Really easy read, Miracle Morning. But this really is about centering self, because I cannot help others unless I'm centered. And I couldn't go on a listing appointment. I couldn't sit in meetings with you and help you to drive your business and lives forward unless I'm centered. And I have days that I'm on, I have days that I'm off. I'm not perfect. But that's my routine in answer to that question that I received that email from. So, wish I was with you today. We'll see you next week at the Metro Combined meeting. I'll be in Monday morning and I can't wait. So, take care, have a productive week, and thanks for all you're doing. It's an honor to be in business with you.